What's up, Topeka? Welcome to the I'm From Topeka podcast, broadcasting straight from the... We're here to bring you the people, the stories, and the pulse of Topeka. Whether you're a longtime resident or just curious about what makes the city tick, we've got you covered. And sitting across from me today is...
What's going on, everybody? I'm Mike G, independent artist, local Topeka native. I love Topeka. It's about the people. Speaking of the people here, who we sitting with today, man?
Man, today we are at Keller Williams, and we are sitting in with Miss Kylie Edington. And I want to say thank you so much for allowing us to come here in Keller Williams. Like, we're in a beautiful little office area, and allowing us to do this podcast and, you know, kind of get your story out there and let everybody know who you are. So let's give it up. Round of applause.
Kylie,
for
what's
Kylie. Yes,
Thanks,
thank you.
guys.
Yes.
I appreciate the opportunity, and I love watching you guys all over the internet, and it's been fun.
Yeah, well, I appreciate it. Appreciate you very much. So, as we kind of go into things, like, you know, we kind of know who you are. I don't know all about who you are, but I'm excited for today's podcast to learn more about who you are, because we're friends on Facebook, so I see your stuff. But giving a deep background, but let everybody else know who you are, where you're from, and kind of what you do.
All right. Well, I moved to the Topeka area with my family, 4 children, and it was 2015. Moved here, had never been to Topeka area, like brand new, came one weekend, found out that my ex-husband was getting transferred for work here, a job opportunity. So we came down, never been here, needed to buy a house that weekend. So it was literally like there was really no time to, you know, look around too much. Mm-hmm. But we know we wanted some land. So we ended up down in Linden with 20 acres.
Oh, wow.
Shout out Linden real quick. Sorry, I love that town.
Do you? Good.
I live there too.
Yep. My kids go to school there. It's been a great school for them.
Oh, yeah.
So that is kind of what happened there. I was there 4 years, raising the kids, doing all that. Got divorced in 2019 and ended up living in Topeka at that point. So the last 5 years have been a crazy, wild journey of life changes and learning how to live on my own as a mom, providing for myself. And so that's when real estate, I kind of just hit real estate really hard. Mm-hmm. And I was with Prestige Real Estate at that point, and for about three and a half years. And then last year is when I switched to Keller Williams. And it's just been a wild journey. Now I'm doing multiple kind of careers and trying to figure out which avenue I'm going to take. So
yeah. So being down in Linden, you said 20 acres?
Yes.
20
That's
acres.
A lot.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
I'm guessing
that's like the whole size of Linden. I'm like, wait a second.
I don't know Linden that well, but it doesn't sound like it's a big town. But
right.
I mean, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Okay. With that, is that where you?
So now I am back down in that area.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I was in Topeka 4 years.
Okay.
And then last year there was a property at Lake Pomona.
Oh, okay.
So I live at the lake now.
Yeah.
There we
go.
I fish that lake a lot. I love that lake.
Yeah. I just got
great.
into fishing recently, and he was like, "We gotta go to Lake Pomona, bro."
The spillway. Are you into fishing and things?
No, I don't fish.
It's just a good lake. It's a cool lake.
Yeah.
A lot of
Just like
I have
to be
a
out
trail
there.
down to the water. It's a little buggy right now, but you could fish straight from behind my property.
Oh, we might have to talk about that.
I know. We're finna after the podcast.
Yeah.
We're like, all right. So what do you got planned this? Definitely, but
cool.
So Linden sounds like a nice little town.
It's
You
been
like
great
that
for the
area?
kids. Yeah, it's been good for the kids.
I got you. That's awesome. And you said you have 4 kids.
I do.
What's the age range?
So my oldest is 21.
Okay.
And he is a K-State architecture student.
Nice.
My daughter is 19 and she is at KU. She is studying to be a psychiatrist.
Okay.
And then my 2 boys, youngest boys, are freshman and junior this year at Linden.
Okay. So all high school. So,
Yeah, all high school.
at
So
that-
it's getting
at
a
that
little
age.
bit
Yeah.
simpler for me to like they're not all in different levels, you know?
Yeah.
So it's been
They play sports
easier.
growing up
they
too?
do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Linden Tigers. Shout out them Linden Tigers. Let's
That's
go.
right.
All
That's
about
right.
it. There you go. Usually, see, Mike can resonate. Usually, everybody's like, "Oh, I'm from Topeka High." I'm like, "Yeah, go Topeka High." You know,
Right?
Yeah,
And then you
Mike's
say
just like-
Linden, nobody like, where's Linden?
They're like,
All the-
Linden. I'm who wrong for Linden. Linden. What?
Yeah. That's hilarious. But
Like
no,
the
that's
Phillips
awesome.
there. Like, so do you remember the Bill and Ellie's? Like, do you remember that?
Yes.
Yeah, that was. I got to bring
Yeah.
that up. I think I brought it up
What's
on the
that,
one.
Bill
and
It
Ellie's?
was a little like a cafe kind of diner.
Yeah. So it's Anne's Diner now.
Is it?
Yes.
Okay, I haven't
Yep.
been. We used to eat
Yep.
there so much, and we go to that Phillips and get them chicken tenders.
Yes.
Man,
They don't have that anymore there.
Sad day.
No.
Sad day.
I think that's one that you and Jake were talking about.
Yeah,
Like with the I got you. They used to do your
that was
loop.
that was a place.
That makes sense.
That's
That
too
makes
funny.
sense. That's
Yeah.
awesome. So with your kids, you know, like them being older and stuff like that, and you moving into your career, before you got into real estate, what were you doing before that?
I stayed at home. Now we're from North Platte, Nebraska area. And so I was in the medical world at that point. I worked in a medical office very part-time for 12 years, off and on as raising babies. I stayed home when all 4 of them were very small. So I was home, stay-at-home mom for 5 years. Never had worked full-time until my divorce.
Gotcha.
So I was always there, you know, every day with the
Yeah.
kids.
Yeah.
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 It was pretty rough, I
Yeah.
have to say.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know. I can only imagine. I mean, first of all, being a stay-at-home mom is a lot of people overlook that job, you know,
Yeah.
because that is a job, and having 4 babies at the house too.
Yeah.
Like my wife and I, we have one. He's 4, but we're homeschooling him, and she's like a stay-at-home mom. She works at a restaurant on the weekends, just like not bartending, but like waitressing and things like that.
Yeah.
But it's still like it's a full-time job. Like when you're a stay-at-home parent, it is. And
You're
a lot of
pulled in
people
so
really-
many directions. I think that's what has helped with my careers and sales that I've done though. Like you have to be able to balance multiple things going at once.
Yeah.
And you feel like you have attention deficit disorder, but it's really you've honed it in, you focus while you're doing multiple things at once.
Yeah.
So it gives you the
Multitasking.
ability to do that.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's
Yeah.
that, and you're right. You're right, 100%. So I know I was looking like through your background and things like that. Now you been a stay-at-home mom. Were you a stay-at-home mom when you were on the This Can't Be Turned Into a House?
I was a realtor at that point,
Okay.
but part-time. I wasn't like out,
Gotcha.
every day hitting
Yeah.
the streets trying to sell something. So yeah, I was stay at home. Real estate allowed me to make a little extra money on the side at that point and but be at home every day with them.
That's
So,
awesome.
So
Yeah.
it worked out. It was like some good balance for you. What like got you intrigued with real estate? Like what kind of
There was
pointed you in
actually a friend a fellow realtor here in Topeka, a different company, that talked to me about it. And at first I was like, no way, I can't do that. Nah, not for me. And then I was like, you know what? I'll do it. Cause I've always been up for trying new things. And that's, obviously with the TV show and different things that have happened, I'm like, hey, opportunity. Maybe this will work. You don't know.
Yeah.
So I went ahead and got my real estate license. And so that was in 2016,
Okay.
a year after moving to Kansas. So I went from medical kind of background to real estate.
Yeah. I gotcha. So, I mean, when you jumped in, was it what you expected, or how was that?
A little bit. It's funny. You don't really learn the job really well until you get really busy.
True.
You have to throw yourself into it, and every deal's different. And I guess that's what I liked about it too. You're not going to get bored with real estate. It's not going to be your 9 to 5. There's going to be weird hours in there. There's going to be weekends and evenings and late nights on the computer. But it was exciting, and I loved helping people. You kind of get that adrenaline rush when you close on a house and everybody's happy, when you get through the challenges, because there's a lot of problems. You got to have a lot of good problem solving skills
For sure.
to get through it. And so it's kind of a roller coaster ride of emotions through the whole thing, not just for the buyers and sellers, but for the realtors also, because we want everything to go smoothly.
Yeah.
And so, so it's hard when things do fall apart, and they do. And you feel like I did something, but a lot of times it can be the funding, the lending, there's so many things that can go wrong. So we do our best to hold everything together. And I guess that's been the theme of my life, trying to do my best to hold it all together.
Yeah.
So
I mean, based on like what I've seen, like from your Facebook and stuff like that. And that's why I just want to say I appreciate you, because a lot of realtors, a lot of us look at realtors and they're like, oh, I just sold this house, and that we see the highs of everything, you know what I mean? But not very many times do you talk to realtors and they're like, things fall apart. Like, things are hard. Like, it's not easy all the time. You're working weekends, you're working late nights, you're on the computer. So it's a lot of that stuff to where, like, me looking on Facebook, when I see a realtor close a house and I'm like, man, I bet you they just got a fat check from that. Like,
it's true. People look at us like we're like shady or something. And it's
you're
not
working hard for that.
Like, that took weeks or months.
Months.
Sometimes you work with somebody for a year before you
Closing
find a house.
can take, like, it can be so, because when we were closing on our house, it was just like, are we gonna get close on this thing? And then we did. But, like,
that's just gonna happen.
Yeah,
it
just out of nowhere.
So there is a lot of work involved, and sometimes you don't make much, especially Topeka, and there's some lower priced homes here.
Yeah,
they're going up now.
Yeah, for sure.
There's a lot of changing things in the real estate market right now that is affecting, could affect commission in the future, and so things are getting tougher, a lot tougher. And I seen it coming 2 years ago when the interest rates went up. Mm-hmm. And so it's been an up and down struggle for me, even though I've been successful for 4 years now. The last 2 years have been kind of a sporadic. I'll have 2 great months, and then the next month is really low.
Like that roller, like you said, it can be roller coaster of emotions with that too. I know how that feels. Like that, then sales emotions can be like, oh man,
it's so crazy. Yeah. That's the one thing you can depend on is
for sure
as a roller coaster ride of emotions, and there's really can be sometimes no consistency in it. Everything goes in cycles. I thought that I had established myself as just, it's always going to stay consistent and I'll just keep selling since I've been successful at one point, not that I'm not now, but sales are down this year. Sales are down, and it's hit me hard because the cost of everything has went up. And I have nobody paying my bills. I have a mortgage, I have car payment, I have kids, I have lots of bills. So, no retirement, no health insurance. Those are things that you don't think about. When you get divorced, I lost all of that with the divorce. And so I started over at age 40. Now I'm 45, and I feel like I'm going through another transition phase. And trying new things. That's how you learn about yourself.
That's true.
And that's what I'm doing right now.
Yeah. And then, like, the real estate, a lot of people don't know, like, you don't have health insurance. You don't have those things. Like, so it's like you're an entrepreneur. Like, you're really an entrepreneur. And a lot of people look at, like, a real estate agent as like, oh yeah, but they're with this company. But there's other things that come with that. Yeah, it might be glitz and glamour when you get those sales, and sales are rolling in, you got all these clientele. But you also got to realize that you still got to pay all these other things. Like, if you were starting your own business, so that's pretty wild. Like, I'm so glad to hear you say that, because it opens things up. A lot of, like I said, a lot of people ain't going to talk about that. They just only want to show the positive. So, but that's being real. But with you said you going through all the highs and the lows and stuff like that. I know there was a post back on Facebook that you made where you talked about depression, and me having bipolar 2, changing the stigma of talking about mental health and illness. I think that was very important for you to come out there and say that and be vulnerable enough to share that, with depression and stuff like that. So if you don't mind, do you mind us, talking about like how that all roller coasters into emotions of who you are?
Yeah, absolutely. So one day I was having the worst day. The day that I posted that, I would hit an absolute low. Like, bills are mounting. There's no money coming in.
Yeah.
I'm literally asking friends and family for money. I'm like, I can't support myself as a single woman.
Yeah.
I can't do this. I'm done. It's over. I'm going to give up. And as I'm driving home, I had this thought of what's behind your smile? What's behind someone's smile? Because I'm always smiling. Even on a hard day, if I meet somebody in person, I'm going to smile. I'm not going to like project that negativity onto someone else.
Yeah.
But I was getting to the point where I couldn't smile during the day. I couldn't smile anymore. And I would cry in public. I'd be getting my oil changed at Toyota, which I think was around that time. And I was sitting in there crying at Toyota.
Yeah.
Like, when you get to that point,
there's
you've hit a breaking point.
For sure.
So I posted that. Around that time that was happening, my oldest son was also diagnosed with testicular cancer. I did not post this on social media. No one really knows except for close family. I checked with him today to see if he was okay with me sharing that. So that was part of what was going on in the spring. So my sales went way down this year. No money coming in. He was diagnosed with that. His roommates, so I own a house in Manhattan also. His roommates found a different place to live. And so then we were like, great. 2 mortgages. So I had 2 mortgages then at that point.
Wow.
At the same time, there was so many other things too. But those were the main things that were just taking me under. I was like, God brought me through so much through the divorce and I became successful in real estate. And real estate saved me in so many ways and my family. To hit this point again, like another low, like 2019, how do you recover again? I just was getting my body and my nervous system to where I felt healthy again. To be hit again like this was, I mean, it's been devastating.
Yeah, for
See
sure.
why.
And then,
See why.
I need a drink, guys.
yeah,
Oh,
you're
go ahead,
completely
Jason.
fine. Yeah, yep.
lot,
That's wow. That's to be that stronghold, to be that rock for your family, and then you're going through so much. A lot of kids don't see their parents at that. So did your son see you going through that while he was also going through it as well?
Yeah, he kind of knows. He knew my financial situation at that point and kind of how stressed I was about trying to do this on my own. And all my kids have seen me go through the dark days the last 5 years. And I guess it's been a learning lesson for all of them, And I try to hold it together, even on the days I'm really sad around the kids. I try not to.
Sure, that's tough.
Try not to show it, but sometimes it's just they
real life.
know.
Like, yeah.
They can
They
feel
know.
their mom. They know their mom. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And that's with what you're saying too. Just especially in sales and stuff, when you're going through stuff like that heavy of things, it's really like it's going to like your sales aligns with your life. You know what I mean? So if you're going through stuff in your mind, it's harder to sit and really have that drive and focus.
Yes, you lose your motivation.
For sure.
You lose the focus.
Yeah.
It's hard to even explain how it affects your mental state. And then I felt like a failure too. I've kind of gotten past that hump. I'm like, it's not me. I know I can be successful. I need to get over this mental hump, get through this hard time. I can do it. But at the point that I posted that, I was like, I'm a failure.
Yeah.
I was successful. People are going to be judging me about why don't you have any money right now? Because I was getting my life together for the last 5 years.
Yeah, your
I was
priorities
buying
with that,
properties. I was taking care of my kids, starting over. I had to buy all new furniture. I had to buy, there's things, no health insurance. I pay cash for anything medical. So that money goes. I pay taxes on that money.
Yeah.
So I felt like everybody's gonna be judging. Why didn't you save more? Well, I couldn't prepare for 5 months of no income.
Yeah.
How do you prepare for that?
Yeah,
I never would have expected not to sell a house for 5 months.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's
because I was selling every month, multiple closings. So the economy has affected. It's not just me. I've talked to many people that I know now.
Oh yeah, me too.
Single moms are struggling. I know people that have lost their jobs, layoffs.
Yeah.
There's a lot going on that is not in the news. It's not in the media.
Exactly.
And the economy is hitting people hard right now.
That's why this is so important, like for us to sit and talk because, and like you letting that out, that's another important thing. Like you said, you just kind of, we can only like fake these things. Like we can smile all the time, you know what I mean? But we can only, that fake it to make it thing, you run out of that eventually. And then the emotions will come out. But that's good though. Like I'll have days like that too, where, I'm just going to let it out, and you can't keep that in. So that's just real,
It is.
But wow, that's a lot.
And we appreciate you for, being vulnerable enough to not only post on Facebook, but talk about it in person here with us because it's changing, it's changing the economy is changing. Like, man, groceries, I know people probably seen it on Facebook, but it just blows my mind that the same groceries that people got, 2 years ago, it was $60 for 24 items.
Yep.
Now people post the same exact grocery list, same exact thing, and it's $150. And you're just like,
it's just unreal. I didn't even realize it went up that much till I seen those posts.
Yeah. And you're like, how is this even possible? You're like, how is it? You know, and it's not like it's like the most pure food that you can get. It's still like the junk food that's like horrible for you. You know, so
for sure,
the most pure food that you can get. But that's why I've been very big on farmers market. You know what I mean? Like if I'm going to spend money, then I'm going to spend it to the, you know, local economy, the local people that are, you know, planting those vegetables and waiting for the harvest to come. And then I'm going to go get my food from there. I know it's cleaner, but also I know that if I'm going to spend that much money, I'm going to spend it to somebody that's actually trying to provide for their family,
working hard to like really supply us with good food, like good quality for a good price. So
that's a great thing.
Yeah. Well, prayers for your son. I'm
prayers for your son for sure. How is he?
He is doing good.
Okay.
Right now it's just watching it. So every 3 months he'll have testing done. He had to have surgery in May.
Gotcha.
So far, no chemo or radiation. We're just watching and watching the blood levels of the cancer levels come down. Good. So right now it's positive. We're good. He's feeling better. He's getting stronger. He's actually working in Omaha this summer with my boyfriend that owns a jewelry store in Omaha.
Awesome.
Okay. So he's getting that cool experience.
So he's able to get out. Yeah, that's great. Yeah. That's good to hear that.
So it's kept him, I think that's helped him too.
Yeah.
To do something different, get out of his normal routine and focus on something else.
Yeah.
So.
Definitely. That's awesome. Yeah. That's awesome. And so boyfriend's in Omaha.
Yep.
Do you like, I mean, I know you said Platte City, right?
Omaha is where he's at.
Yeah, where he's at,
but from
North Platte. Okay.
Yeah, different.
So
they're
Nebraska.
like 4 hours apart. It was a friend that introduced us last fall, I think it was, end of October.
Gotcha. So you still like travel up to Nebraska and things like that? Do you like it up there?
A couple times a month. Yeah. Okay. Yep, I do.
Nice. That's awesome. Now, and then your daughter goes to KU?
Yes.
And then son's at K-State. How's that? How's divided?
Yeah. Since we're from Nebraska, I guess, we don't really have this like...
the rivalry.
Like, there's so many colleges here.
That is true.
Nebraska's got like 2.
Yeah.
You know, like...
Right.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah. So there's a lot of interesting rivalries that go on in Kansas.
Yeah.
But.
For sure.
Oh, yeah, there definitely is, man.
Your family, your daughter and son seem to be like, just put it past us. We're not worried about it.
That's good. So it's not all out war during the games in the house.
No crazy like that.
Yeah. That's awesome. That's awesome. So, going back into, you becoming a single mom and, raising the kids and stuff like that. I know a lot of people, when it comes to divorce and things like that, was it an equal thing? Like, or y'all like, is co-parenting and everything still?
Right now it's 50-50. Yeah. It's been 50-50 custody. So.
Okay. Yeah. That's a good thing. I mean, that's a lot of people, I know divorce can completely flip families that's been together. Cause how long were y'all married?
We were married 20 years.
Yeah. See, and that, kids growing up that way, I know that could take a huge toll.
It's been hard. That would be a whole nother podcast.
That's a whole nother thing. I got you.
For sure.
Well, moving forward though too, like what is your thoughts on, do you have any new, like, how do you really truly market like what you do? Like, what are you trying to, like, do you have things you're coming up with? Or because I just feel like you're very, just you being you is marketable clearly. Like because would you mention that I wasn't aware of that.
She was on This Can't Be Turned Into a House.
Okay.
So when I was still married, we had it was 2 Kansas City brothers that had a TV show and they were building structures on people's property.
Okay.
So they built us a horse trailer turned into a guest house.
Sweet.
Whoa, that's crazy.
It took 8 weeks out of the summer. Wow. On the show they say it was like 7 days.
Yeah. That's what I was going to ask you.
No. And even some of the things that we said on there, they told us kind of what to say. It wasn't all like, it's not all reality for sure.
I figured. I was like, I'm going to ask her, like, is it scripted for sure?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah. So, but it was a fun experience for the kids. They were probably like, oh my God, Mom, why? What are we doing?
Come on, it'll be fun.
Yeah.
I'm like, it'll be fine. I didn't know they were going to be at our house for 8 weeks.
Yeah.
No, it was fun. It was a good experience.
Like they were just kind of
in and out.
Yeah,
just in and out. Cool. Yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah.
That's awesome. But no, it turned out really good. It turned out really
good. Check that out.
It really cool. It looks sweet.
Yeah.
That's did the kids enjoy it? Did they use it?
I think they did enjoy it.
Yeah.
They weren't like overly showing their joy about it. But
Yeah.
Did they stay out there a couple nights, like, or like?
We all kind of took turns. Before. Yep.
That's
yeah.
Awesome. That's awesome.
So,
no, my fault.
So where were we at? Like, so my other things that I'm doing to market myself. Really, social media has been huge for me, and I do love promoting other businesses. So really, kind of what I'm doing right now is I'm working with Athena Marketing.
Okay.
They're out of Joplin, but I'm like their Topeka person. And so I am promoting, marketing, helping other businesses, doing reels for them. I do Cedrone Jewelers in Omaha. I do their social media marketing. Okay. So I've kind of gotten into that, just helping other people, grow their business, grow their social media following. So that's really my focus right now. I also do insurance. I sell life insurance and home and auto. I do the quoting for the life and mortgage protection. Protect your mortgage, protect your family. Like, it's so important to leave somebody financially devastated if something happens to you. Make sure your family's protected.
Oh yeah,
for sure.
That's a very important.
Financial devastation is a bad thing. If you have to lose your home and everything because if your husband or your wife was the sole provider, and even if you're a stay-at-home mom, that is worth a lot of money. Yeah. So.
Yeah, it's very important. Very important.
Another drink.
Yeah. No, you're fine. You're fine. Yeah, you definitely got to check out that show. It's pretty sweet. I like the painting that they did on the outside of it, the exterior and everything. It was
link
really
me
cool.
That so I can check that
definitely.
out.
I got you.
What is there? So I asked the last. We've talked to some other salespeople. Like what? Because I know what motivated me in sales. I would like. Is there somebody that you look up to in sales? Like maybe like because we would watch like Eric Thomas videos. We would like to get motivated, and then we just go out on the streets and get names and numbers and get people into the gym. So is there something like that? Like was there a routine or any other realtors you looked at or any sales things you studied, or you just kind of just like went all in? And
I just kind of went all in.
Okay, cool.
I've never really. I mean, I have a lot of great support system now in the last 5 years through everything that's happened. You kind of find out who your friends are. Mm-hmm. And I have some great realtor friends now. Great friends in Linden. There's great friends in Topeka. Topeka was really great. I feel like there's a lot of resources here for people that are going through tough times.
For sure.
I really do think there is.
Sure.
Yeah. I kind of forgot where we were going with this. Oh, look up to. I kind of am a self-motivated person. Nice. I really didn't, other than I'm a little competitive. So if other agents were selling more, that motivated me.
There you go.
Not one specific agent, but
just like looking at the whole thing.
Just like, hey, this is where I want to be. This is my goals. And I hit my goals. I did. I'm not hitting them this year, but it's
a little bit of a drop. I mean, you'll get there. Yeah. And that's, I mean, like I said, it's just with like owning a business. Like a lot of people think like they see it, like you said earlier, like, man, we see y'all everywhere. I mean, there's really not a lot of stuff that's coming from like what we're doing right now. This is all just straight like he works on his music full time. I just do social media full time. So a lot of this stuff, a lot of people are like, "Oh, you must be getting paid to go do these different things." We're not. Like it's like we're just doing it.
We on a hustle.
Like
it's a hustle. Yeah, like you know what I mean.
All the stuff I'm doing right now, I'm literally not getting paid for hardly any of it.
Yeah.
I'm literally building relationships.
But that's so important though. Like, 'cause if we're just like looking for pay and everything, like then you'll miss out like on so much that could get you to that further pay eventually. Like these relationships are important.
It's
so
literally creating opportunities for future pay, possibly. But it's really about finding who you are, finding what you love, and sharing that with other people and helping them grow as a person and grow their business, grow their social media, grow their relationships.
Absolutely.
It's literally what it's all about.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's true. Yeah. So what's a challenge for you in sales? Like, what would you say is like, do you hit points where you're like, oh man, like something that catches you up? Like with me, I'll just say I'm too nice. Like, it'd get me every time. Like there was certain things that just would make me not close a deal because I'd be like, man,
push through.
Yeah, because I just start feeling like I don't like that. So it'd be me on the other side.
That's exactly my problem. And I've been told I'm too nice. But then that makes me angry. I'm like, don't tell me I'm too nice.
Like, I'll show you my other side too.
I can be tough. I'm a tough person, you know. So you do learn how to set boundaries for yourself and don't let people run over you in this career for sure. I've gotten much stronger in that aspect by setting boundaries across the board, personal life, business, everything. But it is hard sometimes because I don't want to be that pushy salesman.
Yeah.
So I don't do that at all. And it's been about here. I'm showing you a house. I'm showing you insurance.
Yeah.
I'm going to show you marketing now. And you can take it or leave it.
There you go. Yeah.
I am educating you on everything that I do and everything that I can offer you. And if you don't see the value, I'm sorry. I'm trying to show you the value. That's what I'm trying to do.
It's kind of subtly like trying to, there it is with a little bit of push.
Yeah,
there's a little push in the back, but definitely I'm not a pushy person. So
my question, are you sending Facebook messages to like old high school friends and be like, hey, let's meet up, have coffee? You know that old sales chick.
Buy you coffee. Where you want to go?
Like, no, I don't want to.
Yeah, I have done that, and I don't like doing that.
Because it just feels like, you just wanted to sit down and make a sale.
You just wanted to say something. So I do not market that way now.
Yeah, I think everybody's kind of been through that phase.
For sure. If you try it out and it's like, I'm spamming people.
You copy and paste.
You just change their name. You're just like,
they're like, wait, she sent me the same message.
And they're literally next to each other. And you're like, just got this message from Tevin.
You said you left the name in. Yeah. You didn't change the name.
You're like, whoops. Oh gosh, I'm so sorry.
It happens. But that's a sales technique for sure. That's why I could never get into sales, because it's like I seen those things and I tried it, like when it comes to like the MLM stuff, and there's good companies out there, like I'll use their product. But don't sign me up for the MLM. Like, I don't want the MLM stuff. Like, I don't want to try. Like, I want to, if people want to buy it, it's because they see like what it's doing for me. But also, they're like, you need to be posting this. You need to be doing this. You need to be reaching out to 3 of your friends and 3 of their friends and getting recommendations. And I'm like, bro.
Hold on.
I don't even want the product no more. Thank you. Like, I'll go to Walmart and get something.
Yeah. For this. Well, and word of mouth, though. Like, it's Topeka too. So like word of mouth, like it gets around. I've heard like when I'm not even looking for how, like, people talk. So if that'll get around and that'll kill off business. If you are being that person that's not really genuinely trying to help people,
You do.
Yeah.
True.
There's a lot of things that are just out of our control.
Oh, definitely.
And so you can do all the things.
Man.
And sometimes you don't succeed.
You
just
don't.
like I've been doing this year. I've been doing all the things as a realtor and as, all these other. And so far, I'm not seeing the financial success.
Yeah. You're putting the groundwork in.
I'm doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But you're not seeing it yet.
Yeah.
And so
that's what's tough.
That's the tough part of getting through the day.
Yeah.
Fighting the depression of why are things not going the way I wanted or the way I planned or the way they did 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Why are they not going that way now? There's a lot of factors playing into that.
Oh, yeah. Unattaching. Not to plug my song, but like I got a song that's about to drop. A remix is called Unattached. And like at the bar in there is like, I'm unattached from the things that I can't control, because those things will control you if you don't unattach from that. It'll flip. So like that's important. I'm glad you said that, because I'm working on that too with a lot of things. So yeah, I got that.
It is. Life, now that I'm 45 years old, I've just learned that life is about letting go.
Yeah.
And that's my biggest struggle, because I'm like, no, things should be this way. And I'm striving for happiness and peace and calmness in my life.
Yeah.
And what usually happens is chaos.
Oh, yeah.
But
how you've handled it though, like I used to be a sheriff's deputy, and how you handle it. Like when I've learned with myself is like when things get chaotic is when I'm most calm. When things are calm is when I'm like, something's gonna happen. Like what needs to happen? Like what goes on? Yeah. Like what needs to happen? Like something's going on, something's not right, But I think that's trauma that we've been through, and like learning how to live through that. That's something that we definitely need to tap into. And, I haven't talked to a therapist or anything about it, but it's definitely trauma that we're just not able to get through just yet. But yeah, chaos comes, and that's when I'm kind of like
lean into God. I know I lean into God like during that chaos, and he shows me, he takes me to the end of the eye of the storm, and it's just calm. Like that's what I try to do. When I don't, then I will get very chaotic. I'll be with the chaos. So
I'm learning to do that more too. But sometimes even when we don't turn to God, I've learned that he is still there.
Amen.
He's still there, because when you get so depressed, you can't even pray. You can't even find the words. And that's happened to me so many times. But God still is working in the background. He knows what I need, even when I'm not begging or saying the right words. He knows.
In recent, like recently, speaking on that, like a lot of times, like things like go on, and I feel like for me, you know, like all the stuff that we're doing in the financial, you know what I mean, it's just not there. But I feel like it's a test from God saying, like, do you trust me though? Like, do you really trust? You know, do you really trust what I have for you? Like, yeah, I mean, I'm gonna take everything away from you. Like, yeah, you might not be able to have this, you might not be able to have that, but watch. You know, just watch. Like, I'm clearing things out because when I do give you everything, you're gonna be able to have all this 10 times. You know what I mean? Like, all that. So I think like I really pay attention to that because it's like with everything that we're doing, I could go get a job. But it's like if I go get a job, then I'm not gonna be able to do all the podcasting. I'm not gonna be able to do the social.
That time balance. Is always
the
hard.
9 to 5 is so hard for me with the kids.
Yeah.
And the drive time. I'd be leaving my house at 8, get home at 6.
Yeah.
Those are 10-hour days.
You have energy for kids too.
I don't have physically have the energy. I get chronic fatigue. I get so tired.
And that
I can't do that. These are the things I enjoy.
Mm-hmm.
And I enjoy meeting people, the social interactions, supporting other people. And I can't do that if I'm in a 9 to 5.
Exactly.
So I'm fighting hard to make these other things work. So that I can be there for my kids and be there for the other people that need me.
Yeah, for sure.
Everybody's path is different too. Like, you know, people sometimes outside looking in can critique and be like, you know, you're taking a lot of risks. And it's like, that's how I build faith. And I'm going to continue to do that because I have a calling, you know? So, but
when you're business minded, you take those risks. And I've always been that way. I'm not going to just settle for a job. I want it to be a calling, a career, a mission.
And 9 to 5s are good too. Like that. Shout out to everybody that has a specific that they're putting everything into, because that's another hustle in itself. That's a grind. So we got to get by somehow, you know. So that's what it is. That's what it is.
Absolutely. And if I have to do that at some point, I will go do that.
Oh yeah, there's always time. I've had about. I don't even want to talk about my resume. Let's not get into that.
Right up
my
there.
music resume solid though. That's all I'm building right now.
Let's go with that.
That you said that you're business minded. Were you always business minded? Like even when you were a stay at home mom?
So when I was a stay at home mom, my mind was always turning. Like, what can I do? And so I was doing some MLMs.
Okay,
you know, makeup, all sorts of different things.
Yeah.
You know, home interior stuff. Uppercase Living, Avon, I mean, you name it. I did a bunch of it, trying to just make a little extra cash. Usually it was just a hobby and didn't turn into any money, but I was always trying to think. I started a women's group in Nebraska for moms.
Oh, nice.
So I called it Sutherland Moms Connect, just to connect moms. I had speakers come in. So I've always kind of like done that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And so I'm considering right now even like public speaking and those kinds of things. So I don't know. I feel like all the things that I've went through has led up to now. You know, there's a lot going on. Yeah,
for sure. No, definitely. You should definitely jump into public speaking. I know, shameless plug here, but Toastmasters. It's a group here in Topeka. They meet on Thursdays at the library at 12 p.m. I do that. So I haven't been recently just because we've been podcasting and everything like that. Schedule's been busy. But Thursdays at 12 p.m. there's a group called Toastmasters, and they help you with public speaking. But you just go in there, and it's just an hour-long meeting, but you do like table topics and things like that. So it's definitely a good way to get out there and get into public speaking and to learn how to, you know, I've gotten a lot better at it because I'll start to listen to my mind like, those filler words you start
you get better kind of flowing, you know, you do things. But when you have I have ADHD though, so like, and I'm hyper, so like that it's still tough for me because I'll have a million thoughts. Like I'll interrupt myself with my like it's like, whoa, wait, let me get back to
something else, but I forgot.
But it also helps me create though. It's also like it's a good thing. So I love my energy. I wouldn't want to have it any other way. Like I want to be energized since that means I'm good.
Going. It gives you ideas.
It's an engine, exactly.
You get some cool ideas when you got ADD.
For sure.
It's a superpower, for sure. Superpower that nobody really like talks about the most. Yeah. It's like, what? How did you even think of that? It's like, bro.
It's like,
up here.
Yeah, man.
Up here it's just flowing. Yeah.
All over the place. So a shout out to Business Builders. They're actually on Thursdays at 12. And so they give, it's like a networking group, but you speak when it's your turn to speak.
That's really cool.
Oh, nice.
For the last 3 years, they've given me that opportunity to be in front of a crowd of people and get comfortable with public speaking.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to ask. Like, I'm gonna have to get with you on how to
Yeah,
get
that
involved
sounds
in that
interesting.
because that sounds good too.
Yeah, that's
I would love
great.
to.
And then one other plug, since we're doing plugs.
Yeah, absolutely.
Compassion Strategies with the Barry Feaker. It's for homelessness.
Yeah.
I am talking with his daughter today about helping them with their social media. So I'm really excited
Cool.
about
There you
that.
go.
That's
Yeah.
like a mission-minded
Yeah.
thing. I've been, a volunteer at the mission,
Yeah.
and just it's one of my callings, I guess, to help
You're
people
really,
that are homeless.
you're really helpful. Like
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
what I really love. Like you're really about the people. Like,
For
and
sure.
that's
Yeah.
what I think that takes you so far. Like it'll gain you so many opportunities when you're truly about the people like
Yeah.
that.
I agree.
For sure.
Yes.
No, and that's awesome.
Yeah.
With everything that you're doing, where and like, what is your moving like where do you see yourself in the next 5 years?
5 years. Let's see. Well, this is one of those ADD ideas.
Let's hear it.
So I have a property at the lake.
Okay.
I've had a vision since I moved there to have women's retreats at the lake.
Cool.
And help with some of these healing things and calming the nervous system. And I am currently working on my sound healing certification.
Okay.
So I don't know if you guys know what sound
Yeah,
healing
absolutely.
is.
That's the
really like music
yeah,
therapy,
music,
basically.
yeah.
What's the main instrument?
So there's singing bowls
Singing bowls.
and then tuning forks.
That's
would probably
it, yeah.
be the two that I'm studying right
So
now.
cool. That just shows you the power of music. It's
does.
therapeutic.
It is
It's so
fascinating.
awesome.
There's
Yeah.
so much science behind it.
Man, it's
And I mean, that's how God created us.
Amen.
The music
Amen.
is so important. But I had no idea until maybe the last year or two, the vibrational frequencies
Yes.
and how they affect your cells and heal every part of your body.
Music heals me every day. Like I feel
Yes.
like it just like it's healing me.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
We put our son down to sleep to 417 hertz. Like,
Yes.
like that remove negative, you remove that, like
Yes.
just
It's real,
peaceful.
man.
It's real. Like,
Yeah.
and a lot of people don't get that. So like every time he goes to sleep, it's like a lullaby we say, but it's 417 hertz. So it's a nice calming and it removes that. So a lot of people don't know that. Like when I meditate, or I haven't meditated in a little while, but when I meditate and I'm just still for like 10 to 20 minutes, I'll have that in my headphones and it's just a calming and it just helps. Like you get up and you feel rejuvenated. Like it's crazy.
You only need like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
That rest is
So-
important.
That's
It's very important.
the Energy Genesis machine is kind of what calmed my nervous system during my divorce. I don't know if you guys have heard of that.
I haven't,
It's here
no.
in Topeka. So there's a reel on my Facebook page.
Okay.
I don't know, probably in the spring, in the
Yeah, okay.
last couple months. That shows the Energy Genesis machine. So you lay in it and the sound frequencies go through the bed. So you feel it through your
Whoa,
body.
that is-
You just
that's
take
really
a nap.
cool.
Where's that at here?
It's on Gauge, and a lot of people don't know. That's
Yeah.
why I did the reel. I'm
Yeah.
trying to get the word out.
Yeah.
Like it is. There's only
I
like
love
7
that.
or 8 in the world, and Topeka has one.
Yeah.
So it was called Empower Life.
Okay.
Now I think that sign is still out there, but it's body. It's another spa thing.
Okay.
I will shoot you the message
Yeah,
so you
definitely
can
do.
have it. And
Please.
it's on my Facebook page.
Yeah,
the
yeah.
name of it. So I'm just blanking
yeah.
right now, but
Oh, that
No,
sounds
that's
cool.
what- yeah,
That's
that-
so those things are what helped heal me and get me through these hard days the last 5 years.
Yeah.
And it was even before when I was still married, I was researching natural therapies, things to help busy moms because we're all kind of a frazzled mess
Yeah.
as you're raising kids and work life
It's hard. It is hard.
challenges.
Yeah.
So for me, helping other women get through that and still have a career or not, it's all a career.
Yeah.
Whether you're raising babies or whether you're working or whether you're doing both.
Yeah.
So we all need that extra help.
Oh yeah.
And I
for sure.
found that music and healing frequencies, once I did that Energy Genesis machine, I did not need anything to sleep at night. I just naturally fell asleep when it was time to go to sleep. And it's been like 3 years now. And I'm off. I don't take any medications for anything.
That's amazing.
awesome.
Happy to hear that.
Yeah. That
Yeah.
is amazing. That is amazing. So a woman's retreat
Women's
is what
retreat,
you're.
sound healing, marketing, social media, speaking.
Yeah.
That's where I feel like I'm being led now.
Are you talking about the property that you have currently at Pomona, or would it be a different? Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
What I currently have.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
And I can see that'd be like a perfect,
Beautiful.
I mean, obviously by the lake, like water,
Yes.
it all kind of goes hand in hand. I love, like, water is healing to me too.
It
Just, every time I've been to the ocean, like, it's just something to just take in. It just like does something to my soul.
Water is
like,
amazing. I don't like to get in it because I will drown. I can't swim. It's ridiculous.
You just kind of can take
I made
it.
sure all my kids were great swimmers.
Yeah.
Like they were in swim lessons from age 2. Like, you guys all
If I
gotta
fall
save
in,
me.
better go.
But sitting by the water and the sound, it is healing. And I think it's partly because God made our bodies. We're 70% water.
Mm-hmm.
It's literally
That's
just who
true.
we are.
Yeah. When we really connect like that, I fall asleep tonight. Me and my wife, we always play Sleep Sounds Rain from Alexa and just rain, and it just and without it, I'll just lay there because like the silence sometimes is like it's loud. It's like the silence is loud.
I
It's
know.
like
It's too quiet.
Yeah.
Teddy needs to start snoring or something. Then that's fine.
Man, yeah, he doesn't. Surprisingly, my little puggle puppy. Man.
Yeah.
Shout out Teddy, I miss you, bro. We'll talk soon.
No, that's awesome. So as we kind of wrap everything up here, I always like to ask one like very important question. What's your favorite thing about Topeka or favorite memory of Topeka?
Favorite thing about Topeka, I love that it takes 15 minutes to get across town. And all my driving, with real estate, I think there's a lot of opportunities here. It has everything I need. It has all the shopping I need.
Yeah.
I'm from a very small area, so Topeka is literally the best of both worlds for me. It's the bigger city, but also the smaller town feel.
Yeah, let's go. I know.
Target. I mean,
Oh yeah.
you got Ross, TJ Maxx, all those kinds of things. Restaurants. I think I really like the downtown area that is being revitalized.
For sure.
The historic neighborhoods, historic homes. Like I had the Victorian when I lived here. And so I learned to love a lot of Topeka history.
Yeah.
And doing the real estate, it all just kind of fit together. So those are a few of the things that I love about Topeka.
That's awesome.
Cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that is.
Well, yeah. So where can everybody find you at on
let them know.
Facebook?
Kylie Edington. I also have a realtor page, Keller Williams. And then I'm on Instagram, Kylie Edington Realtor. And then I have a TikTok page also, just my name.
Perfect. Okay. Gotcha. All right.
Man, Kylie,
Well,
thank you again. Just for sitting down, taking the time.
For sure.
I'll do my best to help in any way I can. I'm definitely gonna add you, share your stuff, and just kind of do what I can to help pull people towards you. So,
Thank
and
you.
I'm
I
gonna be
appreciate that.
continuously praying for you and your family.
For sure.
Thank you so much.
Sure, yes, and thank you so much. Same for me. We're already connected on Facebook and stuff, so we'll definitely be connecting more. And thank you for allowing your time. And I know
Absolutely.
you're busy hustling houses out here.
Yep, that's
and
right.
meetings, and doing all the extra work
Yeah.
behind the scenes. But we appreciate you for allowing us to sit down with you for your time and.
Definitely.
Wish you all the best with
Thank
everything
you so
that you got
much.
going.
You guys are great.
Yeah, no
Appreciate
problem.
you.
No problem. Make sure that y'all like, comment, subscribe, and share, and actually comment who should we have on the podcast next.
Let us know.
Don't forget, hit that bell notification so you never miss a I'm From Topeka podcast.
Let's go.
Let's go. Thank y'all. We'll see y'all next time.
and love.
Peace and love.
My city say we made. Throw them T's way up in the sky. From the north, south, west to the east side. Topcity. I love Topeka, baby.